reason I'm going into the feminist movement, because I couldn't help but notice how the feminist movement, movement was moved over into the Middle East, okay? And how they had these women marching in the Middle East like they're being treated as substandard citizens, similar to what they did in the early 1900s here in America. And see, they don't come up with new ways of doing things. They're not original at all. They're not original. They do the same trick in every place. Okay? They take down a country through bloodshed. After that, they divide and conquer. They pit the woman against the man, and vice versa. And through that, Satan can spin his web on the whole society by breaking the society up and pitting every side against each other. And the only rule of thumb is his wickedness, is his, how can I put this? Satan have an influence the way he dealt with Eve in the garden. And it's the same program that he used in every society. And the Greeks used this, the Romans used this, and America have used this. And when the Jewish people went over there to the Middle East, they brought that same Western style, that Western European way of living over in the Middle East. And they're trying to promote that same feminist pitting the woman against the man that they did over in Europe, they did here in America. And now when I look over, when I'm looking at it now, and I got CNN on, it says breaking news, reaching out to families in Iran. They purposely made the women in Iran feel that they were treated less than the Western world women, okay? They made the women over in Iran that was backing their husbands and backing their families and had a strong moral backbone, made them feel that they were weak because they were backing their men. And then they put up these American women as the example and these Western women as the example of how women should be free to do whatever they want to do, all right? Now, in reality, it sounds good, but when things are out of order, the moral system, or what you would call the family structure, falls. The divine order, according to the Corinthians, I'm going to read it, is the man, woman, and the child. So Satan knew in order for him to execute his rule, he had to circumvent the image of the Most High. He had to circumvent Adam and pit the woman against the man. So what they'll do is they'll make the woman feel that the things she was born to do is weak. The things that a woman was born, don't forget, Eve was made out of Adam to be a helpmeet to Adam. Because Adam had much work to do, he needed help. So that's when the Most High put man to sleep and pulled the woman out of the man to help the man finish what the Most High wanted man to finish. Now, in this society, and what they teach in the feminist movement is that when you are a helpmeet, you are weak. That something is wrong with you. And that's what they did over in Iran. They took a few women in the feminist movement, same way they did with Susan B. Anthony and all the white women, which were really homosexuals over here and had a problem with men anyway, and said, listen, let's get with women at a young age and start teaching them Western freedoms. And when we teach these Western freedoms, they'll grow thinking that it's something wrong with being behind their man, not talking back to their man, not disrespecting their man. I have Wikipedia up, and I'm going to read this real quick before I go into a few scriptures. And I know a lot of you want to chime in on this, all right, because we have a lot of sisters over here. As a result of following the feminist movement, our families are destroyed. Because you meet a sister, and a sister thinks it's wrong to be able to do things to keep the home. It's wrong to be home, have children, not talk back to the man, respect the man, honor your man as a king. Your girlfriend see you and say, what? You weak. But yet, the one that's saying that is going from man to man and wondering why. Because a man don't want another man. Should be only one pair of pants in the house. So if a man is in the house vicing with a woman who's supposed to be a woman but acting like a man, you understand? Eventually he's going to say enough is enough. There's only one lion in the jungle, okay? I got this on Wikipedia about the feminist movement, and I want you to examine this to show you how wicked and evil this movement is. It says here that the suffrage movement, also known as the woman's movement or woman's liberation, is a series of campaigns. Now, I'll let you know they attacked it from every angle. It's not one campaign. It's a series of campaigns on issues such as reproductive rights. They made that a woman issue, like reproduction rights. Like, I have the right to do what I want once I'm pregnant. I have the right to kill the child or have the child. They made that a platform in women's movements. Sometimes, then it says sometimes including abortion, which is laughable, when we know that it's all the time including abortion. And they did this because they knew one day that the black people and the dark people of the earth would one day start outnumbering the Western world. So even though there was only white people marching in the feminist movement in 1912, eventually it became a thing that affected the dark races, because it's not the white women that are giving up their kids. They're taking all types of fertility pills and getting injected with stuff and getting artificial inseminations because they want to have 8 and 9 kids. So they started the feminist movement and said that we have the right to abort, and we used to be getting back alley abortions, and it made it seem like it was our problem when we wasn't dealing with those things. But yet we are the people, the children of Israel, being affected by the movement. There's babies dying every day, and it's our children, which started from white women marching in 1912. A lot of our people don't do research, or you don't even know this. Okay? Domestic violence. Women's rights when it comes to domestic violence. Usually there is no domestic violence. Domestic violence if you have a house raised or a home in which the laws of the Most High is instilled. Okay? People just don't get up and start fighting each other. So what they did with the domestic violence part of things, they started promoting all the domestic violence cases. Okay? Then using propaganda like, in my time, they was using propaganda like the burning bed, when there was this sick guy that was just beating his wife and getting drunk for no reason, and then eventually she burned his bed. But does that happen every day? They make it seem like domestic violence is like a normal, or is it promoted beyond a regular household? A regular household wouldn't make TV. So how many regular households with no domestic violence is not getting any publicity at all? So it says abortion, domestic violence, sexual harassment, sexual violence, all these things was a part of the feminist movement, but really it was deeper than that. They was using the things that they knew these high wicked propagandists knew that if they can pick the worst case of every part, no one could disagree with this movement. So they picked the worst case scenarios. Like today when you say, well, sis, why would you want to get an abortion? Then they'll come up with a story like, well, suppose I'm raped. You hear that every time. Now, how many cases of abortion happen because of rape, for real? So they use the worst case scenario to bring forth eugenics, to destroy the family, and to keep this perpetual cycle of division going in this earth. So feminism have not been productive at all, have not helped our people at all. And listen, I'm not using misogyny when I say that a man is supposed to be over the woman. I'm not saying nothing wrong. Or any man or any woman that says that, for that matter, is not saying anything wrong when they mention that the man is supposed to be over the woman. The proof is in the pudding. Look at the end result. Look at what's going on in the world today based on the feminist movement. Is our homes better off after the feminist movement? Or is there no homes with the father? Or is there no home without the mother now because she wanted to be a man? So there's no man in the house. There's no woman in the house because she has to work 2 jobs. And the daycare or someone else is raising your children. So when you do the weighing here, the women, they taught the women's selfishness against themselves and against their own nation to destroy the children. Examine that. That was a tool by Satan. And they keep doing the same thing over and over again. And when will our people wake up and understand that we can't buy into these campaigns that's promoted in this earth, that there's an agenda beyond everything they push? Okay, I can't destroy them, but I can turn their woman against them. And then I can be the police and be the guard of the woman because I made her that way, to destroy that man because I know the 144,000 or the elect is coming out of that man. So I'll make a monster and protect her. That's what's going on in this earth. How is it that a man and a woman can lay down and love each other and have a child, which they both have a right to, and only the woman can have the right for that child to die or for that child to live? But then on the other hand, let's move it on the other hand too, because it's not just the woman. You have a woman that would want to have the child, and you would have this man, which is out of his mind, this crazy fool, going to his bank and say, yeah, here's some money, go ahead and take care of the problem, or whatever the case may be. Here it is, you know I ain't ready for no child. And 9 times out of 10, he's that way because he came from a broken home and don't understand how to respect the daughter of Zion. Okay, so the feminist movement is a high, evil, wicked, deranged, perverted, evil, wicked, and perverted idea that came out of the mind of the satanic Jewish factions. Okay? In 1912, I'm going to show you how diabolical and how wicked these propaganda programs work. During the feminist movement, at one time, only rich white men smoked cigarettes. It was sort of like a cigar is now. They had these private clubs where only rich men smoked cigarettes. Now, they wasn't making enough with these cigarettes. So what did they do? Sigmund Freud's nephew came with a way of using Sigmund Freud's idea of campaigning to make one feel individual through campaigns. And with these campaigns, it would stimulate your senses to buy or to have an urge to be individual, to be separate from everyone else. So what he did was he said, through these campaigns, I can make people buy what they don't want. And right now, we're not making no money on cigarettes. one cigarette company say, well, we're not making no money on cigarettes. And they called this guy up, Sigmund Freud's nephew, and he said, how can we get the women to buy in on this? They took these feminists, which all of them was lesbians too, let's mind you, lesbians, and said, listen, we need y'all to march down Times Square on New Year's Day, New Year's parade, and we want you to shock the world. We need you to march right in New York with all the press looking, with cigarettes blazing, so that everyone can see that you are willing to step out there on the limb and that you have the right to flex yourself, and that you should be able to show your strength as a man, just like men. Back then in the early 20s, cigarettes was a sign of strength. That's the way they promoted it. So what did they do? They had all these women, white women, mind you, lesbians, walking down the street, cigarettes blazing. And right after that, women all over the United States started buying cigarettes. What a campaign. What a campaign. That's what they do. And you don't know the people that are campaigning. You just familiarize yourself with them because they're women. When there was an agenda to kill the women. Then next thing you know, they started putting these cigarettes in movies, having movie stars like Ginger Rogers in the movies smoking cigarettes. And everyone wanted to be Ginger Rogers. That's how they do it, using propaganda. Now, let's go through the scriptures real quick, because I know a lot of you want to chime in tonight. I'm going to read the scripture here. Satan always pit the woman against the man, and I don't make no bones about it, okay? A man, the most I don't make any bones about it. The man is the head, period. Ecclesiastes, I'm in the Bible, Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 and 10 reads, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. And I'm using this scripture as an example. They used the same campaign to divide and conquer a country morally before they destroy it altogether. They use campaigns. Warfare is not strictly killing people. There's biological warfare, there's psychological warfare, and there's physical brute force warfare. But it's all war. And I'm making a statement, and it's true tonight, that the feminist movement is war against the children of Israel. It's psychological war. Why? When you read in Matthew, I'm going there now, I'm in Matthew, the 12th chapter, and I'm going to read the 25th verse. It says, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Let me read that again. And Yeshua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So Satan knew that. See, Satan is not an originator either. If the trick keep working, why change it? It happened with Adam and Eve. He didn't go to Adam. He went to Eve to pit her against him, knowing that he loved her and that eventually he would fall with her. So that's what they do. They separate the man and woman. In this society, they give the woman more opportunity than man. They just do. Okay, and I'm not saying this because I'm a man. It's true. They want the woman to control the household, because whoever controls the household controls the mind of the child in that household. Therefore, the captivity is perpetual. So in order for us to get this right and to destroy this feminist movement, we must go back to Bible principles. Yes, men got to step to the plate first. They have to step to the plate first. Men have to become men. Not just any man, a man of the Most High. Okay? That's number one. Now, when a man assumes that position, and sisters out there, you know that sometimes women can get more than men. You're not to use the fact that you can get more than the man and use that against him. You're supposed to take what you have and, believe it or not, make sure he's Lord over that too. Not using your status as a means of wearing the pants and taking down your man. Because they make you think that you're weak because you go out and make ends meet and do certain things and clean and all those things, when women always did those things. Women always, even back in old time. If you go over Africa now, women are washing their clothes, they're coming back, they got their children on their back, clothes on their head, and they're always thinking of ways of keeping their homes intact. While the men are using their brute force and their physical attributes for the things the women can't do, and on top of that, a man is using his brain, sitting down with his wife, and they're going through different plans on how to expand their family spiritually and also financially. But the man is the head. I'm going to read in Corinthians here. 1 Corinthians 11:3 reads, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ. The head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is the Most High." So that's divine order. Christ is not trying to step over the Most High. Therefore, man should not try to step over Christ. And woman should not try to step over man. That's the divine order. But when you have a country that's out of order, that thrives on the fact that it's out of order, then this is the product, this is the end result. Wickedness, ungodliness, fatherless children, hatred amongst the nation, all these things are breeded. All these things perpetuate when the divine order is not followed. Yes, a man has to give honor to the woman as the weaker vessel. That means you have to understand that she's tender, she's delicate. That don't make her weak, okay? Because women are strong. But we have to understand that we have to deal with them delicately, okay? We have to deal with them righteously. Or we may break them and never get the woman back that we had before. So the man must first step to the plate. And then the woman, let me tell you, if a woman on a level, a spiritual woman on a level here in America could totally undo the curse with the feminist movement by going out, getting everything that she can get in this society the way she's getting it, and not use it against her man. They would have to come up with a new plan now. They did that so that they know that one day the woman would, they knew that at one point the woman would just use her status against the man. That's why they gave her everything. I got some more, but I see the phone's ringing off the hook, so I think it's time for us to bring you all in. I got so many people on. Okay. I'm going to ask you all a question. And you can be on either side of this open argument this evening. Okay? Have the feminists helped or hurt the families in this earth? Not just black families, families in general. Not just Hispanic families. families in general. What productive thing have feminism brought to our society? I'm willing to hear it. We have someone from the 405 area code. This is Rakash Shaw from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
Elder Rakash Shaw. This is Ramar holding us down in Dallas, Texas. How are you doing, brother?
This is Ramar?
Yes.
How you doing, brother? I'm doing pretty good. Talk to me.
I wanted to get with is on this topic was the feminist movement is the Willie Lynch syndrome as far as pitting the female slave above the male slave. It just falls in line with the curse that the Most High put on us as men in Isaiah when he said that women will rule over us.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the where the black woman has come, where the Hebrew Israelite woman has come, and you see the wickedness in their power. For instance, Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce. These women are put in such high prestigious places, and then you see what they represent and what they endorse and what they push. Like Beyonce, I am Sasha Fierce. At the top of her album, it says, I am. Like, she's almost trying to take the Most High's place.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to the scripture, was that Matthew, where they said they would come and say that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a wicked thing that
it says in with the scripture where it says in Isaiah where Lucifer said that he's going to sit and says that there's I am and no one above me.
Right.
Yes, in Isaiah 14. But go ahead.
Right. So yeah. And you see what they're promoting, especially with Beyonce, who just looking at her garments, it's easy to see her and how much she worships the Baphomet and Satan, and the music that she promotes, and the way that how easy it is to poison the young minds of our queens and our princesses out here. And it's so easy to get into their minds and their spirit and then not even know who these people really are and what they're doing to them. So, look at all her music. I mean, it promotes the woman over the man. Everything. So, that's what we're dealing with in this time is that type of woman. So it's a tough job, brother.
Hey, brother, but I also want to give credit to women who get this power in this earth, but yet is willing to reject it for the Most High and do what's right by their man. Right. I don't think those women get enough credit.
Exactly.
You understand? And personally, I want to say to all the sisters out there that is following the Most High, thank you.
Right.
Thank you, because our families need it, our children need it, and the men are crying out for our women. We can't do anything without you. You understand?
Right.
But you have to be right.
Right.
So they're crying out for us to be right. We're crying out for them to be right.
Right.
It's like, let's just do it.
Come together.
Yes, and the scripture that you quoted is Isaiah 3:12, and I would like to read it. I'm going to put you on hold, all right? And I'm going to give you a call about us coming down there, because you and Cordell is going to help us get down there, all right?
I got RT's with us too, so.
Okay, so I'm going to call you up, and we're going to discuss it. But I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to continue with this scripture, all right?
All right, shalom, brother.
Shalom, Brother Ramar. Okay, I want to read this scripture in Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, and the 12th verse. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. So that's why our path has been so wrong. That's why we're backwards right now. And the manual is the Bible. Women want men of the Most High, and men want women of the Most High. That's the thing that's going to put us on the same plane. When we get there, then we'll start understanding each other and not think that men are from Mars and women are from Venus or whatever garbage they bringing up now, or we're from two separate planets. But because we both have rejected the Most High, not just the women. I know we talk about the feminist movement right now. We can't see eye to eye, and we're scrambling trying to get back. So the Most High has sent His Spirit in the earth in the last days, and truth in the earth, to say, listen, you follow me. Oh, I tore you down because of your disobedience, and only I can put you back together. Only the Most High can bring us back together. We must have respect for our women and love our women, because they are mighty. They are great. Don't think that the other nations don't know how great they are. I don't see men tellers in banks anymore. I see women. So it's the women that's being used to protect things, to hold on to things, to do with the business of the corporations, to make sure every little thing is done right. They're using our women. So the women have the aptitude and the knowledge and the know-how, but they just don't got the guidance from their man. That's where we come in at. Come on, fellas.